Are you spending too much time studying but are not satisfied with the results? I'll tell you how to cut your training time in half and get twice the benefits. Why is the traditional teaching method ineffective? Most likely, you study using the usual school method, going through a list of topics one after another. Our brain understands very well what knowledge is really useful and what can be forgotten. Therefore, if information is not used, it is erased from memory. In a month you will remember only 5 of what you have learned. This is one of the reasons why studying for exams seems difficult. The brain does not consider it a priority task, and therefore only allocates energy in the last weeks before the exam. How to learn faster and more effectively? There is a method that is at least 3 times more effective than the traditional approach. It is training according to needs. The need arises when you are faced with a real problem that requires new knowledge to solve. At this point, the brain understands that the information is really important and gives motivation. Example, you saw interesting functionality on the site and wanted to repeat it. You've encountered a bug in your code and can move forward until you figure it out. You are editing a video and you need to master a new effect. In such situations, learning becomes meaningful and produces immediate results. Mistakes help you learn faster. Mistakes are a powerful learning tool. When a programmer sees an error in the code, his concentration increases and his attention to detail becomes maximum. At such moments, the brain remembers information much better than during normal study of the material. How to study less but remember more? Many people think that the more time they spend studying, the more they learn. But that is not true. If you work without rest, your cognitive abilities decline and your efficiency decreases by half. To stay productive, take short breaks of 510 minutes every 2,550 minutes. Take a long break of 30-60 minutes every 2-3 hours. This way you want to work longer, but smarter complex tasks will be solved faster and the material will be remembered more easily. How to remember information for a long time? To firmly remember a topic, you need to not just memorize it, but understand the essence and explain it in your own words through images. Examples. Diffusion is like a can of paint where the particles are evenly distributed. Electric current is like water flowing through a river. An array is like a cabinet with drawers where you can store a lot of things. The simpler and more visual the analogy, the easier it is to remember. How to get more motivation? Motivation can be obtained not from the process of learning itself, but from understanding what opportunities will open up thanks to this knowledge. Instead of just learning variables, think a variable is like a component of a calculator. I can make my own calculator. Instead of cramming arrays, ask yourself, how do arrays help create product lists in online stores? The more you see real applications of knowledge, the stronger the motivation to learn. The main rule of effective learning: the more you expand your horizons and observe interesting things, the more you will need and be motivated to learn new things. Study not because you have to, but because you want to create something and you lack the knowledge to do so. Then learning will become natural and as effective as possible. Write in the comments about what to make the next video. Thanks for watching, friends. See you there.